You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Monday Night Raw After Show.
Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town.
I love this song.
Chicago, Chicago.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll show you around. I was going to sing backup.
Bet your bottom dollar.
Bet your bottom dollar, yeah. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw Show on AfterBuzz TV, everybody. Monday Night Raw just finished in Chi-Town. We come to you from Los Angeles, trying our best to give you better than a B+ performance. Next to me, I'm Jonny Loquasto, by the way. Next to me is none other, in a lovely, you can't see, but she's, well, I'll get to what she's wearing. Next to me is none other than Cathy, cupcake, cheesecake, monkey bread, pizza, cut-off jean shorts, fancy dresses when me and Dale are not here. Kelly, what's up, girl?
Wearing pants. That's
She's not wearing pants. She had jeans, but she cut them off to the point where the pockets are hanging out.
Pockets are right out, yeah.
Chicks love that. They love wearing those
they
shorts.
love the pockets.
Yeah, because they leave, the imagination for us starts kicking up when we see those kind of
What's
shorts.
in those pockets right there? I see a little lump, you know?
Exactly, yeah. You got a nickel in there? What's going on?
Chapstick. It's chapstick.
Stack of dimes?
It's just chapstick,
That
everybody.
would be kind of weird if you were asking a girl, what's that in your pocket?
Yeah, banana there? What's in there?
Are you just happy to see me?
Are your lips chapped, or are you just happy to see me with that chapstick in your pocket?
What kind of girls are you going for, Josh?
Well, you know, I lived in Hollywood for a year. You know, that was close to Santa Monica Boulevard.
Speaking of which, that's Showtime Josh Padgett, everybody.
Hey,
At Showtime Josh. At Showtime Josh. And next to him, wearing a stately jacket with the Macho Man t-shirt. If there's any man that knows how to put class and professional wrestling in one ensemble, it is the Walking Dale, Dale Rutledge.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Hell yeah,
He's
brother.
got spikes on him, too. On
Right.
the, what is this part of the jacket?
Studs.
The lapels, right? Yeah.
I don't
How about that?
I just learned a word.
Studs on a stud.
Oh, there it is.
Where does one get? Do you just go to the Awesome store to get that jacket? Like, I just want to know.
I got this in Paris.
You son of a bitch. You highfalutin son of a bitch. Man, looking down on us and never.
You asked.
Yeah, I did. Good for you, man. Real happy for you. I bought
He
this.
got it at the Forever 21 in Paris.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I bought this at Ross in Paris.
Rosé, they call it.
I went to Rosé in Paris.
In Paris, Texas.
There it is. Love it. Here we are, guys. Monday Night Raw just finished, and you know, a lot of good things happened tonight. I think it's safe to say we're very satisfied once again with the episode.
Oh, man.
Amen. What a great crowd. Chicago.
Chicago on fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Here we
Cathy's,
go. Here we go.
Cathy's from the Midwest. Everyone, go ahead, Cathy. Get
I'm
on your high
from
horse.
Chicago.
Yep.
People are awesome.
Are you really from the city of Chicago or a suburb?
I grew up in Oak Park, Illinois, which
That's-
is right outside of Chicago,
that's
and then
not
I
Chicago.
lived downtown.
When did you live downtown?
How long?
That's where she got those pockets from, was downtown.
That's right. Those are the downtown Chicago pockets. I can
Yeah,
tell
man.
when I see them.
It's called the Windy City because it actually blows the bottom half of your pants off.
It's time for a visit.
All right, that's Chicago's own Cathy Kelley, everybody. So, Monday Night Raw in Chicago opens up with the Fighting Faces standing on the stage. Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, RVD, the Usos, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, primetime players, and of course, you can't have them without Justin Gabriel standing there. Of course, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon then come to the ring with that power. Stephanie's wearing a more of a, I'd say her coat tonight was even more stately than the coat you're wearing, Dale. It was a power coat, man.
Yeah, it was less tapered than mine as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a manly jacket.
Yo, she could have sacked Roethlisberger with that jacket tonight. That thing was powerful.
It had shoulder pads. Yep.
Damn right. So they come down to the ring, and they actually say to the superstars who fought back last week and helped out Daniel Bryan. They actually said thank you for stepping up and becoming men. They say but this is where it gets kind of weird. Triple H says last week's show of unity had to do with frustration with the Shield, not with anything else. I was a little confused by that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he makes the point. He says, because I know it's not about you backing up Daniel Bryan, because if I were you, a WWE superstar, I would want to be fighting to be the champ, not fighting to support the champ. And that's a great point. I'm glad he said that, and that's probably made all those guys go, "What am I doing?" Yeah, it's true.
Except for Gabriel, but otherwise,
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
he's just happy to be there.
He's like, I'm on stage.
But yeah, that was a good point that he brought up. And he said, you know, it's really all the Shield is the issue here. So they put together the first ever elimination handicap match, 11-on-3, all those guys, plus one of the, I can't say the #1 contender, because technically so is Randy Orton, because the title's in abeyance.
Truth. Abeyance.
As we found out last week. Abeyance.
Hey, Beyonce.
I'll Beyonce. An 11-on-3 elimination handicap match, and someone from that match is also going to face Randy Orton tonight, leaving it up to the WWE Universe, either RVD, R-Truth, or Dolph Ziggler, to be chosen later on in the show.
And I just like to note that when they announced that you can go on the WWE app, everyone started booing. The app got a heel pop tonight, which is awesome.
Yeah.
First time boo.
And they can actually use it over there. We're the ones that can't use it.
We should be like, boo.
We think that it's some amazing app because we can't use it.
Yeah.
And then they realize that it's a really
That's
awful.
trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could
Well,
be
I mean-
like Angry Birds mixed with Where's My Water, as far as I know.
What the hell is Where's My Water?
Where's My Water is actually really entertaining. Where's My Water 2?
Oh, Jesus.
I saw that coming out. I played Where's My Perry, which is a different. It's a little Disney, you know.
It's no Candy Crush.
It's no Candy Crush. Yes. Point is, it could be all those things combined, as far as I know.
Is Where's My Water 2, like, is it like just a bad sequel to Where's My Water? What is this?
They just still can't find the water.
It's a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feed the alligators.
Oh my God.
I'm so upset with myself that I know this.
Good Lord.
Kathy didn't have time to put pants on tonight, guys, because she was playing Where's My Water 1 and 2.
No, I finished one.
Oh, you conquered one?
Well
Yeah.
past one.
You conquered it like Super Mario Bros. Just beat that
Our
game?
systems detect that a host is one of the subject.
Oh, damn it, Steven. Look, it's Where's My Water? I needed to figure out, you know, what this was.
It's in the cup in front of you. We put them on there
Thank
before
you.
every show.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
We win!
Yay.
Where's My Water 3? Suck it. All right. So, yeah, that's going to be a match later on in the show. So, once again, we have a solid opening with, the entourage, if you will, trying to take on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And they're constantly confusing everybody because you think they're doing this whole power struggle. Then they come out and they're like, nah, we're fair and just.
I mean, well, I guess we'll get to this later, but you think this is building up to a bigger play here, but it doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it just seems weird that this is like a setup for something like, oh, they're going to get him. But there's
I say we got him too.
Yeah, there's no we got him moment in the show. I don't understand.
Yeah, all the good guys are like, oh, cool. I mean, you're kind of throwing the Shield under the bus here.
Yeah, a little
Triple H.
bit.
What are you doing, man? Like, these are your guys that are protecting you and your champ.
Yeah.
They're flopping back and forth.
I think it's showing that everyone is expendable.
Yeah.
Like taking the title back off of Randy, like, oh, you're our face.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, now it's in abeyance.
We don't
pal.
even want to give it to you.
Yeah.
I dig that though, because it makes us keep guessing every single week. Because I think they realized at first when Triple H and Steph got on this power trip, it was getting insane every single week. Just Bryan getting crushed. This is 3 weeks in a row now, where all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, they're not necessarily. They like the Shield, but now they're what?
Apparently, Steph McMahon didn't have to guess this week because she had her notes written on her hand.
Oh yeah, there was a picture of
She's
that.
pulling a Rocky.
I give her credit. I've tried doing notes on my hand at shows before, and I look at my hand, and I'm like, oh shit, what
You
is
get
that?
so sweaty. Your hands get so sweaty.
My
that it
palms
just,
get
like,
sweaty. I don't know what I wrote on my
ink
hands.
just drips off.
I give her credit for doing that. I didn't see her look at her hands.
No, she did it.
But someone tweeted us a picture of clearly notes written. Maybe it was her grocery list. I don't know.
Yeah,
probably.
She doesn't go
grocery.
get her own groceries.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. She
Triple
lives
H wants
back in-
those Macho Man meals.
The Macho Man
What do
meals?
they call them? The Hungry Man?
Oh, Hungry Man. Yeah. The Hungry Man. The Macho Man meal.
Look, if they would,
WWE needs to come out with their own lean cuisines called Macho Man.
look, if they would have had
I would
Macho
buy 'em.
Man,
I would
yeah,
buy
exactly.
that.
Costco.
Absolutely.
If they came out with Macho Man meals 15 years ago, that would have been my dinner every night of the week.
Oh, man.
It has like a dessert Slim Jim for the finisher.
No, that's the appetizer, bro.
Yeah, you start the meal with
That's
that.
the app.
Mashed potatoes.
That's the appetizer. We finally have our first match of the evening. Alberto Del Rio taking on Kofi Kingston. This is a hell of a match. Man.
Wow.
Boy, these two put on a show. First match of the evening.
And I gotta say, I don't think we give this man enough credit, but ADR,
He's great.
all of his matches, man, they're all very different.
The crowd really, I don't know. I don't know what it is about him. I've always been a huge fan of him. I feel like the crowd just doesn't really get into him like they should, whether he's a heel, especially as a face. But his matches are always so intense, man. It doesn't
Very
matter.
good.
It doesn't matter who he's with.
I mean, yeah, he can keep up with some high flyers. He can do a lot of mat work. I mean, he definitely can
go
go
against the big guy.
Well, he
Yeah,
grew
go
up
against the big
wrestling. I
guy.
mean, the guy he would have been on the 2000 Mexican Olympic wrestling team, but they couldn't send a team over because they spent money on other things. So that guy's been wrestling for a long time. And then he was MMA as well.
MMA, Crow Cop.
Yeah.
Took him out, you know?
You know, family heritage. I mean, the guy can do pretty much anything in the ring. So I think that kind of experience allows him to adjust to whoever he's and Kofi's just.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better opponent. I mean, just when he got flipped out of the ring, he landed on his feet.
Dude,
it's so amazing.
And I wouldn't say that Del Rio is more entertaining than a Daniel Bryan or a CM Punk or a John Cena, but he doesn't do what these three guys kind of get caught in doing. Like
he's very
the same
old
sequence.
school.
You know?
He's a ground attack. He'll you know, for example, Kofi Kingston hurt his shoulder tonight. ADR went to the shoulder. He eventually got him in the cross arm breaker. But Kofi just
I love that he works on
Yeah.
body parts. He works on that arm, weaken it.
old school style, man. He'll just take a weakness and just pound away at it. You
A
know?
lot of stiff kicks from him tonight too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Kofi, like you said, just dives out of the ring, lands on his feet, which is ridiculous. ADR gets a German suplex on him after the boom drop. Kofi hits the SOS, just move after move after move, and then the double stomp on the back, which sets Kofi up for the cross arm breaker. And what is that noise? Is that my chair
I
making
think
that?
that's your chair.
Is that my chair making that noise? That threw me off.
Josh's stomach, he's hungry.
I am hungry.
My tummy hurts.
You need a Macho Man meal.
I need a Macho Man meal right now.
Grilled chicken with mashed potatoes. Oh yeah.
Chicken fried steak.
Oh my God.
There was a Randy Savage chant during this match, oddly enough. Maybe they were hungry also.
Yeah. Every smarky town we go to, there's a Savage chant.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I've just found out that I think Lanny Poffo finally relinquished the whole, Randy wanted the whole Poffo family to be in, so we're not letting you put Randy in unless you put all of us in.
Oh my gosh.
And I think he finally said, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
let Randy go
little
in.
selfish for Lanny Poffo to say.
Well, he says
that.
Randy said it, but Randy never, there's no record of him saying it.
I mean, look, Lanny Poffo was entertaining in his day.
The genius.
But
That's about it.
I remember him getting
Got to win on Hogan.
Yeah.
Devastating to me back
I
then.
remember him getting his hair cut. I think Brutus cut his hair.
The Randy Savage for WrestleMania 30 Hall of Fame would be pretty epic.
Yes. Yes.
It's a damn shame
Really
he's not
be into that.
around. It's a damn shame he's not around.
Yeah.
But great match with ADR and Kofi, though. I mean, just everything you could ask for, especially to start off the night.
Yeah, absolutely. That tilt-a-whirl countered into a DDT. That was just such a great sequence of...
You know, I would love to see. I don't know where ADR and RVD is going. Besides, ADR is just destroying RVD every week. What do you think about Kofi? You know, because they mentioned about guys stepping it up. What about Kofi versus ADR for that? Why?
It's fantastic.
I
Kofi's
mean,
been going over.
Kofi can get on the mic, man. Why not?
He's, I think, an all-around good wrestler. Like, he has it. I just don't understand why they haven't pushed him ever. Like, I feel like he's always mid-card, and I don't know that he's gonna advance from there.
Well, every time they've given him this big push, it seems like he kind of, in their terms, would be you drop the ball after you have this big push. It seems like he doesn't get over.
I think one of the other problems with him is when he is on the rise, he ends up getting hurt.
Yeah,
and
that's
that kind of halts the momentum that he had going.
Yeah.
I do feel like ADR would be the perfect opponent for Kofi to, quote, get over, though, because people are generally, they're apathetic to ADR way more than they should be, because we just talked about our affection for him. We like him. But I think Kofi, this would be a great feud for him to get over with ADR. The matches would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I just think Kofi's got the personality that would clash with ADR really well.
He just needs a good, strong, connecting tagline or something. You know, I mean, Boom 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 is a move thing that but it's not enough to make you feel something for him. He just needs something that makes him connected to the audience.
What if he spoke in a Jamaican accent, guys? Oh wait, no.
Oh, that didn't work.
All right, we'll come up with something else.
Yeah.
Tweet at Cathy if you have an idea for Kofi.
Okay.
Cathy Kofi.
Tweet at Cathy or chat roll it up with Cathy.
Hashtag cup of Kofi.
Yeah.
Cup of Kofi.
Yeah, we came up with Cup of Kofi. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's a catchpatch.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I don't know what it means, but yeah, I like it.
He hits the Trouble in Paradise, pins him, and goes, "You just got a cup of Kofi."
It would be great for like a Starbucks sponsorship or something.
What about a
like,
T-shirt? Yeah, a T-shirt with a coffee mug, and Kofi's coming out of it going, "Meh." Cup of Kofi underneath it. Why not? I'm selling stuff on WWEshop.com right now.
It only comes black.
Okay, well,
too much, too far, not enough.
No, I think we're into it.
Should I make a cream joke?
If he was like, if he needed a tag partner,
We don't see color here. We don't see color here.
If he needed a tag partner, a guy could be like, "Hey man, you look like you could use some cream in your coffee." And he's like, "Oh wait, is that too?"
Then they go into a freeze frame high five and credits start rolling like an 80s movie for no reason.
Tango and Cash.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we move from that match to another amazing thing. John Cena's Fastlane video game app. Is it as fun as Days of Thunder? Who knows? You got to play to find out.
Download it.
Download it right now. John Cena's Fastlane.
I hope that works on the West Coast.
I don't know.
I might try it if so.
He needs the money.
I told Cathy to download it and then play it.
Oh, I thought you meant the WWE app, and I said no.
You can. No, you can download John Cena's Fastlane, Cathy.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, wait. Go ahead.
We move on to Renee Young backstage with The Miz. The Miz not looking very happy. Before Miz even gets to respond to what happened to him last week, Triple H comes in and asks, he just goes, "Hey Miz, how you doing? You sore?" And that was it. It just goes in. Didn't get him a chance to answer. He said, "Look, you're not in condition to take on Randy Orton tonight, but Chicago wants to see the most must-see WWE superstar. So tonight, Miz TV is going to have the big show." And Miz just doesn't look pleased about anything right now.
I got a question for Dale.
Please do.
You're the fashionista.
Yeah, he is.
What did you think of Miz's plaid collar on the sports coat?
I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
It looked like a prep school outfit, kind of.
Prep school pilot
with like
guy.
like he accidentally lost part of his collar, so he used like an old shirt.
Yeah, I'll cut this one up.
This'll go.
I got
great.
pit stains on this one, so I'll just put it on there. It's a problem.
Very sweaty.
Do you have to do that with your jackets?
I don't like undershirts, so I ruin my other shirts. Because,
Wow.
yeah.
You stay going shirtless, huh?
Yeah, I can't do the dual layers.
Well, then you see the T-shirt under the shirt, and it just is like.
It's just
I have to tell
It
you,
doesn't
Josh,
I like to.
in chat roll,
Oh dear.
Gooch said, "Josh looks big tonight."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good.
Whoa.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm about 180. You know, I'm trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying?
Showtime!
And his week was made.
Boy.
That gave it to. I wasn't gonna lift tonight, but I might just do that.
I think
for
you should just do 10 push-ups right now.
I'm gonna do it.
He literally did.
Literally do
before
it.
the show the other day. Were y'all here when that?
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
I've been out of the zone
3.
lately.
He did 3.
3 push-ups.
Still 3.
But that's 3 push-ups than
That's 3 more than all
any of us
combined.
did. Yeah.
So
That's right.
We all get pumped up in different ways.
Yeah.
I drink a Go-Girl. Padgett does push-ups. So whatevs. Whatever you got to do to get pumped up.
Padgett drinks his cup of Kofi.
He drinks that cup of coffee.
Give me the cup of Kofi.
You're the cream to his.
I'm the cream to his Kofi.
Give me a grande cup of coffee, please.
And that's when we find out he's lactose intolerant.
I want the hashtag cup of Kofi to somehow get to Kofi Kingston.
Oh my gosh.
I think
Can
he
we
would
do
dig it.
This is so racist.
Well, then what do you... Don't. We already...
Followed by F-up
Ricardo
statement.
be his soy milk?
Oh dear. No.
Soy milk.
Yeah, no.
There it is.
Wow.
You know, I just realized I had to
I mean,
go.
it would be another awkward pairing. Like, couldn't be more awkward
be
than
worse.
what they are doing now. So. Awkward.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So I'm into that. Yeah.
So the Wyatt family was here tonight.
They were actually in a match.
The Wyatt family once again in a match. We're here taking on the primetime players. This was everything. Matches tonight were solid. Primetime players, the Wyatt family, real good all the way through, guys.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and Darren was in there getting his butt whooped. Hot tag to Titus.
That's right.
And he, my God, he's got one of the best hot tags in WWE. We didn't even know that.
All right.
Oh my God, he came in there with those big boys. Those three guys are humongous.
Ooh, yeah. That was a good pairing.
Titus, it's amazing. Like, you think, Harper and Rowan are these massive dudes, and then Titus get into like, oh yeah, that's right. That guy was in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't notice how big Harper and Rowan were until they got in the ring with Kane, and I went, "Jeez,
yeah,
Louise!"
Man.
And now
Kane's,
Titus,
know Kane's 6'10", 6'11", easy, I believe.
Yeah.
Dudes are massive. But what a match, though. I mean, primetime players. I cannot wait for them to get their due, because they almost pulled it off against Wyatt family night. They actually had you believing that they might take the match. I mean, Darren Young takes Rowan out of the ring, just bam, destroys him. All of a sudden, Harper comes up behind, massive clothesline, and they get the pin. But solid all the way through. Got a bark in, loved it.
Got the bark. Harper leveled Titus with that clothesline. That's the best clothesline I've seen since JBL.
That was a damn lariat.
Even JBL called it out. He's like, oh,
that's a clothesline right there. Because he does this little twist. He turns his whole body in a 360 and gets that momentum going. And he hit him solid. Titus told him, hit me. Come on, let's do it.
JBL had the clothesline from hell, except the Wyatts probably have been there.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah, that might be.
Come back.
That's what that house is.
I did love that Rowan started with the mask on.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen him do that before, but it added a little.
We need to get someone to send us it's a lamb or a sheep mask. One of the lamb or sheep.
It was from some movie recently too. What movie was it in?
You're next.
You're next.
You're next. You're next. Because I've seen those masks everywhere.
Yeah, I wonder why. Why now? Why sheep now?
Yeah.
Why sheep now?
Sheeps are so hot right now.
They're in. Well, wouldn't this be interesting if they're going to do this close-up of Rowan every match for his big reveal?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if one day he's going to reveal and it's going to be Kane underneath that mask.
Literally thought that for a second.
Oh, shit, it's going to be Kane now.
Yeah, no.
It's going to happen.
Because they're built the same. They're both bald. You wouldn't have that big beard there, but...
Does Kane have any arm tattoos? I don't think so.
No, he's clean.
That would be the business. Because that would reveal that Kane is now brainwashed and part of the Wyatt family. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're bringing the mask in. All
right.
I'm just going to text WWE Creative with that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, they listen to the show. They listen. They've used our ideas before.
No, but they need to know this now.
Get it to them now.
It's not coincidence at all.
Write it on your hand. Send it over.
These are very unique ideas.
Send it over. So Bray Wyatt runs
into
the...
If they use cup of Kofi, then we know.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be honest.
Son of a...
Only one group of idiots came up with a cup of Kofi.
Gabriel one day tells him, hey, I'll be your cream,
Yeah.
Justin.
In a South African accent.
Yeah.
Hey, mate. No, that's not South African.
That's Australia. How does he say that?
It's kind of close.
It is kind of close.
It's like a wonky Australian.
Yeah.
Jojo.
Ta-ta. Jojo. That's all I know.
Hello, Jojo. No, that's British.
Hello there, Jojo.
Hello, Jojo.
Hello, Governor. I'm from South Africa.
You're 17 and I'm 30.
I don't know.
I know. We should move on to
These are
something
the
else.
worst accents I've ever
Speaking hasn't JoJo already moved on to someone else anyway? No, it's true.
It was just the one episode. It was just the one episode, right?
Yeah, she's with Orton,
That's the rumor. They sat next to each other at a charity event, so they must be dating.
I thought Orton was married, wasn't he?
Doesn't matter.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
Not for a year now.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I don't keep up with the
Dale, haven't you heard? Marriages don't last.
I'm surprised you haven't asked all of them on Twitter yet.
Yeah, I know.
How awful is your relationship?
I'm surprised you didn't catch up with him poolside at the WWE SummerSlam party. So how's that divorce going, Randy? I'm surprised you didn't ask him that one.
Did she take half your money?
Yeah.
Was it hard?
How many times did you have to punt her to get her to actually leave?
How does she take an RKO? So Bray Wyatt runs into the ring, attacks after the match. Of course, he gives Sister Abigail's kiss to Darren Young. They lay the primetime players both to waist next to each other, down on the knees. Follow the Buzzards.
It's good. I like that.
That was really good, yeah.
They always are. Oh, you talking about my impression?
I mean,
I like the buzzings. Yeah.
They lied to you, man. That's the end of hour 1.
Solid.
Solid Raw.
Yeah.
Setting ourselves up for Battleground, just coming up in a few weeks. Are we 13 days away from Battleground? I think we
2
are.
weeks, right?
Yeah, 13.
Boomtown.
Yeah.
We are 13 days away. Starting off with hour 2. The Miz comes to the ring. It is now time for Miz TV. He gets on the mic, and Miz is not playing tonight. He's pissed off. He tells Randy Orton this isn't over by a long shot. He embarrassed him last week in Cleveland in front of his mom, in front of his dad, who I don't know if was really watching. Nonetheless, he was there in front of his parents and got embarrassed. He said payback will come, and it will be awesome. Then Stephanie McMahon. Actually, I'm sorry. He calls Big Show out to the ring because that's his guest on Miz TV. He basically gets in Big Show's face, or right under it, I should say, because Big Show's 7'9". He says it's time to step up and stop the demoralizing witch from castrating you. You know whose music about to hit when that happens. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon.
You know that.
Where's the snap? The sassy snap.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon comes down to the ring, hands washed from notes, says the Miz, she basically threatened slander on him. The fact that she called, he called her a witch and everything.
Yeah.
Miz, I love what Miz does here. He says, you could take your legal threats and shove them up your arse. He actually says, she cuts him off. But he said it.
She said, wow,
That
that's
is so predictable.
so creative or
Original,
something. Yeah,
creative,
so original
yeah.
because that's the Rock's thing, and that was his shtick, right?
Right.
The Miz was a Rock impression.
Dude, Steph is just stabbing dudes right now.
She just getting started.
Yeah.
That was the initial breaking of the epidermis because she starts twisting that junk.
Solid term.
Thank you. Well, I'm trying to
Outside
keep up
layer
with
of skin,
this,
epidermis.
Yeah,
Damn
physical
right.
therapist right here.
Going through that thermal layer, the dermal layer, I should
Dermal.
say. She be shanking dudes right now. She's like verbally shanking.
She be shaking?
Yeah.
She only did like 2 woos for Ryder earlier. She was supposed to do 3. She buried him just on that. It's terrible.
What a jerk.
Our truth. Oh, 2011? When's the last time you had a match?
Yeah, a championship match.
Yeah. Oh, she was killing everyone.
That was brutal.
And she didn't even acknowledge Justin Gabriel on the side of the stage. That sucks.
What are you gonna say?
They're like, what is this? What's his name?
Justin Gabriel, you were in the Nexus. Okay.
And that's all we got.
But man, she is, and you can tell she is enjoying just crushing people every single week, multiple people a week. She says that Miz was embarrassed last week, and he's not a major player, but a utility player. Damn.
Ouch. And it's true.
Well, that's the thing is they're really towing the line of, because Miz is so great with the media.
He's awesome. He's probably I think he might be better than Cena with the media. Like when I see him on red carpets and talk shows and
because Miz has a character.
He's got that. Yeah,
Cena's not really a character anymore.
He's more personable. I mean, Cena is a very like down the middle, down to earth kind of guy, but he doesn't turn on the pizzazz when he's on a red carpet or when he's on Total Divas. Like it's just very like down the line.
Well, he's always had something because, to get cast on The Real World, like 30,000 people get cast in The Real World for 7 spots.
You have to be nuts.
Basically, you have to do something.
Yeah.
And so, he's had it for what was that, 15 years ago? I don't know how long.
And he was on like countless challenges and whatever else.
Yeah.
He's fan favorite.
It was Real World 10, I think, is when they went back to New York.
What are they at, 37 now, I think?
I don't know. It could be.
Yeah.
It's
Real World studio apartment, or what? I don't know where they're at right now.
Anchorage, Alaska.
yeah, they got to be running low on spots.
Real World, Abu Dhabi. So she calls him not a major player, but a utility player. Basically doing all the odd jobs. So we decided to come up with just one of the many things that we think Stephanie McMahon would probably call the Miz to ask him to do. So we'll just run down. Hey Miz, we have a grand opening of a Piggly Wiggly in Des Moines at 7 a.m. this Saturday. Can you do it?
Oh yeah.
There are no Piggly Wigglies in Des Moines. I'm just gonna call you out.
Kathy.
Yes.
You're ruining it right now.
It's not about the Piggly Wiggly, Kathy.
If I don't know there's a Piggly Wiggly not in Des Moines, who the hell else is going to know? Where's Piggly Wiggly at then? The South?
Everyone in Des Moines.
Oh my gosh.
Where are Piggly Wigglies? Are they up north? Is that a northern
It
thing?
doesn't sound like a
Where's Piggly
northern.
Wiggly?
Sounds like
South.
a Georgia thing.
I grew up with Piggly Wigglies in Atlanta, but That's the South.
Yeah.
So I don't know about.
So it's
I didn't see
Southern.
any in New York.
Hey, Miz, we got an autograph signing at a baseball card show in Massapequa. Hornswoggle canceled. Can you make it?
Oh yeah, be right there. Yeah.
Cool. My neighbor's a night manager at a Winchell's. Needs a fill-in this weekend. Can you do it?
Yeah, you got it, boss. I'll be right there. Of course.
Okay, good. Miz, we need someone to go on Arsenio. Forget it. We got primetime players. No thanks. But yeah, just all these like random jobs. It was just so cutting to Miz and just unfair. And that's what Steph's all about right now. Just crushing people. It's great. It's
I love
great
that about
TV.
It. It's taking that reality and actually mixing it into the show that always makes it so magic for these things.
And she hasn't lost a beat. She was off TV for how long? She comes back and just,
Yeah.
man.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would enjoy that role. That's got to be something that she's like, oh, I'm ready. I might need some notes on my hand, but I am ready to
I don't even think she needs a no. I just think playing it safe. But man, she's reveling in that, and it is good. She says Miz peaked too early.
Ooh. That's, again, kind of
True.
a little true.
Yeah.
I mean, that he is a world champion. I mean, that's WWE champion.
He went over John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Defending his title. True, The Rock handled something.
I mean,
but it's still.
But and it didn't really go anywhere. Like, it happened, and then
Yeah.
this is where he's at this point.
His career is still doing pretty
It's
well.
awesome.
I think he's
In his
great,
own words.
guys.
I mean, certain characters can only go. I mean, what the Miz had 2 years ago, that was his initial. That was that character where it's like, oh my god, you just want to hate this dude. Like, you remember setting up that match at WrestleMania? They did like the video packages for Cena and Miz, and they did that song by P Diddy and I think it was Diddy and Nas that "Hate Me Now." Like, people hated him so bad.
Yeah, the control booth video
man.
footage they had. No, I really enjoyed it, but my point is that was when he was, and he hasn't really wrestled for the main belt since that time.
No.
And the big thing where he went on to do Marine 7 or something right after that, right?
Yeah.
And it was like that killed all whatever he was going to go. But he was like, oh, Punk's taking the ball. And
you get a chance to do a
Cena and
movie,
Rock.
you got to take it.
So he takes it.
Yeah.
And then he tries to come back, and it's like, it's not his fault. It's just like he didn't have a whole lot of time in between doing the Marine 7 and the Santa with muscles too,
I think
whatever.
that
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming or something.
Honestly,
yeah.
Santa with muscles would be a great family film.
It is
probably
a
on
great
the
family
ABC
film
Family.
starring Hulk Hogan. It's probably like,
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Sorry, Cathy.
It's okay.
sorry.
That's what you get for telling us there's no Piggly Wiggly in Des Moines and ruining the fun thing that we were coming up with.
I did look it up,
Someone
and
had
she's
to
right.
fact check.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry that you wrote that joke in your notes.
Yeah, I did because I didn't want to forget it because I knew it was worth doing. I didn't write it on my hand.
Sounded funny.
It was. It worked.
The Winchell's one was really good.
Except for Debbie
Give it a
Downer over here with her Des Moines doesn't have a Piggly Wiggly. So she basically says that The Miz has never learned his lesson. Then all of a sudden, keep in mind, there was a certain giant standing and watching the entire time, not saying a word. She just goes, Big Show, knock him out. Spins Miz around, bam, as Cathy just punches me in the dome and he goes out.
Zero hesitation.
Yeah.
No tears. Oh, you want me to knock out Miz? Yeah,
This is
sure.
no Dusty.
I knocked out the American Dream last week. This is nothing. This is a cakewalk. here.
Yeah.
That was great.
I loved it.
And he walked off. He's
And
like,
he didn't have to cry this week. I mean,
No,
it was,
easy.
It was an
The
exciting
no
show.
hesitation there was just so fantastic.
And satisfying.
Because it's not like, The Miz and Big Show, they were tag team champions, but they had kind of a falling out. So clearly Miz and Show still have some unwashed issues or whatever.
And this could be a Band-Aid situation. It's just like, I'm going to have to do it. Like, let me just do it and get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looked like, but it's funny that it was the Miz.
Maybe he's resigned himself to just, you know what, I'm a hitman. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do the job and no more emotion anymore. Like, he's just demoralized to the point where he's like, he's castrated, like Miz said. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to knock people out
Yeah.
and go back home.
It was awesome. It was
We go to
really
commercial
great.
break. Coming back, Randy Orton comes down to the ring. The resident poll results announcer, Jerry the King Lawler, says 57%. Kind of a landslide. RVD voted by the WWE Universe to take on Randy Orton. I don't think we were surprised. We would have thought Ziggler would have got a bigger number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was RVD's to lose, really. I wasn't. I
I
didn't really think it was going to
don't
go another
know.
way.
feel like Ziggler should have had a few more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little
percentage
low.
points.
I mean, 26%.
There's something about RVD.
But R-Truth had 17.
That was actually the surprise.
I think that's a smarks all over the country. Like, get our truth on there, guys.
I feel like Ziggler should at least have twice of what our truth has, no matter what that is.
Well,
that is.
He's been losing a lot. Like Ambrose was beating him.
All three would have put on a good match.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I mean, but there's something about RVD, man. Fans just. I think it goes all the way back to the ECW days. There's such an immense respect for RVD, and just the guy is so likable. Like, he's one of those dudes, I don't think he can ever be, quote, bad. Because his personality is just so likable. Like, he gets on the mic tonight to talk Triple H. He's like, hey, dude. Like,
we're fighting for justice, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I love that he's, like, getting vocal. Like, it's impossible to not love RVD.
Yeah.
And I just think it's always going to be like that.
He's like an old high school friend that you just comes over every so often, drinks all your beer, and you're like, all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
What's RVD up to? He's still doing drywall. He's hanging in. He's doing great. Like, he's just that guy that you love him. Except he's one of the most athletic people you'll ever see and doesn't age.
Yeah, he's 40.
Is he? I don't even know.
I think he might be 42 or something, and it's like
whatever, man.
He jumped across the ring at Night of Champions, did a Van Daminator.
Age is nothing but a number, and RVD proves that every single week. So 57%, he wins the poll. Of course, Ricardo comes out wearing his best yellow Ed Hardy RVD shirt. Every week, he's got a new one. He's got a new one.
Yeah, no backstage interaction, but new T-shirt.
Absolutely. So, Ricardo, RVD coming down to the ring. Another really fun match, man. RVD just blocks an RKO, followed up with a kick to the head. Real cool. And then he gets the scissor roll-up for the 2 count. That's a movie you don't see from anyone else.
I like that scissor thing. The first time I saw it when he came back, I was like, what is that thing? Was that a botch? And then I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty
No, that's
pretty
RVD.
That's RVD. He don't botch
That's
much.
that innovative offense.
Yeah.
From RVD. What's going on in chat roll right now, Kath?
Someone.
You're really into it. That's why I asked.
Well, I was kind of getting mean in general.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Kathy's just
heel cake.
No,
I should have called her Sassy Kathy.
Catherine, you don't know a lot about our truth. Black Power fans, get your fasties right. And so I just said hashtag spell check.
Get your what right?
Get your fasties.
It was supposed to be facts, right?
Oh. Well, we're not making Black Power. We're not making our truth a racial thing. For Christ's sake, we don't see color here.
Why is a cup of coffee?
Everyone
Except
was
for
so
a cup of
happy.
coffee.
Cup of coffee cream, whatever.
Man.
But not right now.
Don't get angry in chat roll. We love our truth. You kidding me?
And then Navinik said that he voted for our truth to make the poll mess up.
Like I said, that's smart.
See? Yeah. I want to know the percentage of people that are voting like as a whole, as opposed to the people that are voting that are inside that particular arena for that night. Like I feel like
the ones in the arena like have waited, in the Chicago area, are theirs waited?
Have you ever been to an arena of that size and it's so packed and you get no cell phone reception because there's so many people in the same area? Like I feel like you can almost not. That deters you from being able.
I think at like a football or like WrestleMania that size, I've had issues, but I don't know about
18,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that's enough to?
When I'm at a live event, I'm like an old school nerd. If I'm at a live event, I try to not even go on my phone because I want to enjoy everything around me instead of like, I'm at a cool thing. I don't want to tweet that or like Instagram.
Look every 5 minutes. How many people are upvoting it?
I got 4 favorites. Like I really want to enjoy, and I feel like that's what's lost a lot of times now with current technology.
I agree.
Man, you go to you want an event like Raw, like dude, the shows are always so cool. You don't need anything else around you. You just get that atmosphere going. But R-Truth, I mean, God, I would like to see something happen for R-Truth, something positive. But
it's been a while, yeah.
He's still so good.
Oh man, when Jimmy comes marching home when he came out in that Confederate war, oh man, are you kidding me?
That was great. That was in Richmond, I think, too. So it was like an extra little.
Oh, yeah. He was going Gettysburg style all over that crowd. So this match, like we said, the scissor roll up. RVD pulls off like a forward type moonsault onto Randy Orton, which is another solid move. RVD climbs up to the top rope. Orton then kicks him, knocks him out, kicks him to the head, out of the ring. Pretty much match over at that point. RVD was completely knocked out, double count out. Randy Orton doesn't care about any victories right now because he's got Daniel Bryan at Battleground. Destroys RVD, twice throwing him into the stairs, over to the announcer's table, and then sets him up in the top rope, and he gives that Randy Orton just sinister laugh.
Yeah, it was like a maniacal, creepy.
Wario.
I'm a warrior.
DDT from the top rope and just leaves RVD. RVD is just, and you'll see what happened during the commercial break. But first, we go to commercial and we come back with a little vignette from a tag team that is debuting next Monday on Raw, Los Matadores. Ole! And we say yes. That was perfect timing, guys.
Yeah, that's good.
Great timing. We cannot wait to see Los Matadores step on the scene and dodge them bulls, Kathy.
Yes.
I will mark the hell out the moment they're able to like dodge out of a Roman Reigns spear.
Oh, yes.
You know, I can't wait for that. Like, he's going, oh, yeah, he got the reversal for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we know this. We got this.
The reason why they're coming back.
Can we make a
is
prediction
for that one spot?
Sami Zayn.
Let's make a prediction. Who is their debut match against?
I don't like.
I say 3MB. Easy.
Yeah.
Nah.
3MB.
It's not a bad pick.
It's got to be something fun. Ain't gonna be the Shield.
No.
It could be against primetime players.
No.
Oh, because they're
They're
they
good
faces?
guys.
They gotta be. How you gonna
they're
hate
good
on the
guys now.
Matadores?
Yeah, Matadors. would
Kidding
be-
me? The vignettes show, you know, bulls just steamrolling dudes. Like that's funny. You're gonna love the Matadores.
I don't know.
Fandango's supposed to be heel.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
it's
Kathy's right,
over.
though. I think Kathy's right. It could go either way because of the playfulness of the character. I think you could.
Dude,
you
I
could
think
still hate them and love them.
people are gonna.
That.
I don't know what kind of dance they're gonna come up with, but they're gonna like.
They could go against
You
We
could
the
have
People.
them against.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
That would be good.
Real American. Oh my
but the Real
God,
Americans-
That's
That'd be great.
That's the first feud right
That's
there.
like a feud.
That'll be a feud.
Yeah.
Get them in and have somebody job to them, and then that's
Yeah.
Have
exactly where
them
they should go.
beat 3MB and
yeah.
then go after.
Zeb's like, what do I do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna redo everything I said about Del Rio. I just same thing again.
Or talk about how unethical it is and animal rights and all that. You know,
Well,
during the
Zeb
bullfighting. But he
strikes me
wouldn't-
as a hunter though, so you can't really do the animal thing.
Yeah, I'm all about hunting as long as you use everything you kill. But you guys, you do that for sport.
Yeah, y'all
and
don't
you're
use
sma-
every part of the bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could ask for a green card or some kind of situation like that too. I guess.
That's true. Absolutely.
I don't know.
So after the Los Matadores vignette, we see what happens during the commercial break. That was seen on the WWE app, not for those of us on the West Coast. ADR, while RVD is just laying in the ring after being destroyed by Randy Orton, ADR once again, after attacking him last week in the locker room, just crushes RVD into smithereens, hooks up the cross arm breaker. RVD is he's just demolished at this point.
I love it.
Less than 2
I
weeks
love
before
that
Battle
ADR did
Royal.
that.
Yeah. ADR is doing everything he can to get this feud strong. He really is.
Yeah.
Because RVD is what he is. People are going to love him regardless. I still think people are a little confused by the whole Ricardo thing, but ADR is he's doing it.
It's interesting that this feud is continuing, and we're still not seeing anything from Ricardo and RVD.
I don't know what.
I don't really
And like I said, like if this was the Attitude Era, this would have worked out perfectly because you could have used marijuana as like a link to them. You know, they just like, oh, and you know that would be all you would need. Ricardo's like, oh, what are you doing there? Come on in. Oh, okay, you know, because you can believe it when he's wearing the Ed Hardy shirt. You're like, he's a total stoner. You know?
Backstage segment. Hey Ricardo, you hungry? Try this brownie. And then they go out to the ring.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
It's time for my medicine.
You can't do that right now.
I mean, Ricardo didn't even announce him tonight.
Nothing. It was like his buddy that joined him for
It
ringside
makes
seat
you
or
wonder if Ricardo's going to be turning heel.
I want a resolution soon to this. I'm kind of losing interest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. ADR is doing everything he can to maintain.
I mean,
this.
not saying that they're having bad matches by any means. It's
Hell
just
no,
like,
they're going to be great matches.
They're just not giving them a lot of creative time for something that's for the
the
world
storyline.
title.
I want more storyline.
Yeah.
I forgot that ADR was world champion. You know, it's like, oh,
Exactly. And that
crap.
is a huge mistake on their part, on Creative's part.
What, putting the belt on ADR?
No, as an audience member, I forget that ADR is the champion.
Good.
Like,
I mean, it's not nearly as bad as Curtis Axel not ever wrestling.
And that's a situation just like what Triple H said about CM Punk in the documentary. Exactly. It's like the title
He's
doesn't
the guy
make
that
the man.
wheels out Paul Heyman.
No,
Yeah,
that's done electronically now. He doesn't even have to do that.
Oh, that's coming up. That's coming up, my friend. You know it. But yeah, ADR destroys RVD, which we'll see RVD later on in the night, believe it or not. Up next, we have the Bellas backstage looking good. And Randy Orton comes up with, you know, he pulls off the old high school quarterback, like, hey, you see what I did there? When you just drop that zero, get with the hero. Basically tells Brie Bella, see what I did? What I just did to RVD is just a fraction of what I'm going to do to your boyfriend, Daniel Bryan, just in case you want to upgrade. And he just gets in their face. Like, he has no tact with women. I love, that's what I love. Mean Randy Orton just has no, there's no smooth about him. He said,
he's just a predator.
Yeah.
I think happy Randy Orton doesn't really have that either.
That's a good point. Point taken, Cathy. He says he is and looks like a real WWE champion, and that is what her troll of a boyfriend will never be. And he storms off, and the Bellas are just kind of...
Yeah, Brie says, you know, he goes, hey, did you see what I just did to RVD out there? She's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't.
She's
I
like,
was
I don't
busy
care.
not caring.
I love that.
You know, but she still sounded, it was like one good line read for her. It was like, you know, she still came off like scared, like, hey, I was, you know, but she's still like trying to stick up, like, hey, bitch, back up. But she's just like, I was busy not caring. You know, and he's like, oh, well.
Dug it.
You know, it's good.
Check this out, baby.
Hey, if I looked like that, I'd always be rubbing. I'd be like, oh, get some more oil.
Dude, his bed sheets just got to be nonstop, just soaked.
It's only a couple more weeks
Baby
for you, though.
oil
That you'll have.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
The night after Battleground, Padgett's doing the show shirtless and oiled. I don't know if we just announced that.
Right.
It's not as good as our chair giveaway, but
But, you know.
That's oddly the same week that I won't be here.
well,
You'll
You'll just have to tune in.
I guess that means we got to have Clum back to sit next to a shirtless Padgett.
He would love that.
He'll be
Yeah, I
like,
think he
I'm gonna get shirtless.
Chop
And
me.
do you have any oil?
I think that we should have Clum and they both go shirtless the night after Battleground.
I think more people would tune in if I.
We could do the whole panel. The whole panel be shirtless.
You're more than welcome.
Great idea. Let's do it.
No, I'm very insecure, but you're more than welcome to do it. I'm not doing it. I will be layered as per usual. Yeah, I stay real on this show.
Oh, all day.
I think a lot of our viewers would appreciate if you were shirtless and just had a thin layer of baby oil.
Yeah, dude.
It's the thin line.
Or I have a see-through mesh tank top if you want to wear that.
And you just said.
No, it was for a film. It was a recreation.
So this is caught on camera.
It was a recreation of the Rocky 3 training montage. If you saw what he wore in that, that's where I got the so
Where can we find that?
in my closet.
No, the footage.
Both are actually.
Can I have it, please?
It's going to be
Love
in the
that.
Thumb Wrestler when it comes out. All right.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So we now move backstage to Stephanie McMahon, and she's watching. They show a video package of the Triple H DVD, and it shows exclusive footage of Triple H and Stephanie's wedding, which is real personal.
I remember seeing that wedding on Raw is War, and that was not how it went.
She was a lot less conscious.
Yeah,
from what I recall.
it was a little more cash.
Very cash.
Yeah.
Almost, you could say almost drive-through casual.
Yeah, it was. Getting married in a convertible. She paid with cash, I believe.
I'm pretty sure.
Or
Did
maybe
they
I didn't
pay?
s-
They
I
might have
didn't-
just married and ran. Is that a thing?
I didn't see a
Degenerates.
transaction. Yeah, what's it called? What's it called when you eat and then you ditch and die?
Dine and dash.
Dine and dash.
Wet and dash.
Dash and dine. Dine and dash.
Wet and weave. No, that's not a word.
They nuptialed and nincompooped and got out of there. That does not work at all.
No, we should have worked on this before. I think.
Damn it! So we cut to Stephanie backstage. She's watching wedding footage, the exclusive wedding footage. AJ Lee comes up, and right away we know this is going to be something cool. Steph, just once again on fire, says, "You know what, AJ? You've had a lot of unlucky times with love. So here's this DVD so you can see what a real wedding looks like."
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Man, she's
AJ.
doing it all night. Steph.
Just that knife just stays bloody.
Yeah.
AJ,
Thirsty.
not too happy about that comment. She basically complains the tag match she's in tonight is not fair because the Total Divas are against her, and even the women on her own team might be against her. Stephanie gets right up in her face, and AJ even says, "You're getting in my personal space right now." She's like, "All this personal space is mine. You will compete, or maybe you won't be Divas champion much longer." To which AJ replies, "I have a match to get ready for." She bounces. People be scared.
As they should be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even serve that lady a hot dog. I ain't getting in her way.
Oh, we have a text from Ryan Club.
serve her a hot dog.
Morals Club is watching. Morals Club is watching. I'll do it shirtless if Cathy does the show in a bra.
Yeah, that's two votes. That's two votes.
Always count on the general manager.
I am wearing a bra right now.
Well,
That's so weird. Me too.
Only. To be fair, that's not much less than what you normally wear on the show.
I mean,
I like casual Cathy tonight. She's going tank. She's going like what's the chicks from the Dukes of Hazzard? Daisy. She's going Daisy style.
With
Tiny little
pockets.
shorts, tank top.
What did Daisy do song?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get honest. 2 weeks ago, did you have
Kathy,
a bra on with that
if you
dress?
notice,
there's no
Kathy,
way. There's no way there was a bra on that.
Kathy's so
I'll just
good
wear
at
that dress again.
Yeah.
Okay. we'll
Kathy's
call it
the
even.
best at accepting compliments. Cathy, you look great today. Yeah. Thanks. Move on.
She's modest.
Yeah, very modest. Very, very modest. So, our final match of Hour 2, Fandango versus Santino Marella. Well, of course, it's going to be an entertaining match. Fandango ends up hitting the leg drop after Santino pulls out a Cobra, kind of twiddles it around in front of Summer Rae while she distracts him. I guess twiddle is a good way to say it. Now, you mentioned Showtime. This feud could be just a nonstop gag fest. That could be really
awesome.
fun.
It would be hilarious. I mean, already tonight, I love Santino. Like he may not be a main eventer.
He
but
gets it though.
But he gets it, and he's probably the best person who utilizes his time the most efficiently when he's on TV. And I mean, his stupid kip up tonight. That's brilliant.
That was amazing.
I love it. And JBL's like, look at the athleticism, the finesse. He's like, oh God, I bumped my head.
It's like a fish dying.
Yeah, basically. It's like that fish in the Faith No More video just flopping around at the end of it.
These two could go on, I mean, for a while.
I loved it.
Maybe they're setting it up because Fandango doesn't really have anything right now. Santino just came back. He got wins over the Real Americans.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not? This could be just a really fun feud that doesn't involve a title. But, you know, Santino, he can get his dance on. He can get his power. They got a power walking competition.
The crowd was so hot for this. I mean, I could even see this doing a feud and then leading to a tag team for these two.
A reluctant tag team. Like Fandango's like, oh, come on.
Bring back Dr. Shelby.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, get these
They would
odd
need
couples.
therapy. They would definitely need therapy.
Yeah.
They could come up. There could be a clever name for that tag team. They can come up with something.
The
Don't
dancing
try to
Cobra.
think of it now.
Yeah.
Not good at it.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, take a week.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something.
Fair enough,
After
Kelly.
nuptials and nincompoop, I'm done. I don't deserve any other shots tonight.
That was pretty rough.
It was not. But nincompoop is a fun word to say. But yeah, I think I'm interested to see where this goes because, I mean, you know, Fandango pulls out the leg drop, but I don't think this is the end of what we see with these two.
I hope not, at least.
That leg drop is gorgeous.
Fantastic. It's like
He goes so high.
his head almost hits the ceiling.
Yeah. Gets up there.
Dude.
And every time I'm like, dude, what? Hogan destroyed his spine just from doing a normal leg drop for 40 years.
Right.
What in the world is Fandango doing?
You can only hope he's landing in the best
nice.
possible position. But I mean, Scott Hall tweeted at him one time. He's like, "You got a total hip in your future, buddy. Change your finisher." He actually said that to him.
Yeah.
And Scott Hall would be one to listen to about
For sure.
things. Many things.
a few things.
A few things. Good and bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched the leg drop and like sitting there as a physical therapist, I'm just like, oh man, that looks great, but oh boy. Yeah.
Owie.
Are you not entertained?
Very entertaining. We move on to hour 3. Speaking of entertaining, CM Punk comes home to Chicago with the NHL Championship jersey, the Chicago Blackhawks. Cathy Kelley was into it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just really multitasking tonight, Cathy. I'm sorry to interrupt your chat roll. Just stick to the one-syllable responses. We will be just fine.
How about them Bears, too?
Yeah,
There it
3-0.
is.
That was a full sentence.
He could have came out wearing a Bears jersey, but, you know, Blackhawks.
I don't think
Well,
he
yeah.
watches NFL.
He's really into hockey.
He loves. He's
the
a hockey guy.
champions.
My friends. He comes out with a jersey. The crowd in Chicago, he says, ruined a perfectly bad mood. And he was upset at himself because he promised the Stanley Cup, but unfortunately it was up in Montreal getting engraved because the city are world champions. And he makes a lot of parallels to the Blackhawks season. They were down 3-1. They make a comeback to take it to overtime. He basically said Chicago is the Chicago way is to fight. He doesn't care who it is. He's going to keep fighting. He will come out on top. And then who comes out singing in a rascal? Paul Heyman.
Singing the New York Yankees song. I love it. Sinatra.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in a little motor scooter.
The rascal. All he needed was a little, like, a little flag on the top.
Who needs Curtis Axel when you have a scooter?
Was Axel on?
There's a life lesson in there somewhere.
People are being replaced by machines.
It's happening.
Yeah.
The future is now.
He comes out riding Johnny 5. Doesn't need Curtis Axel for it. And he basically says that he beat the best in the world. He sings that he is the best in the world. To which CM Punk replies, I will come down there and in 2 seconds, I said I was going to break your face and said I'm going to rip your face off. I have 18,000 people that will bail me out of jail, which Cathy brings up an interesting point. What if every single person in that 18,000 donated like $1 for the bail?
I didn't say that. I said
did?
that would be $18,000, which is a lot for bail.
No, well, no, not if you do something bad.
Well, like if you get locked up for intoxication, it's like $2,500 for bail.
Maybe he's been in jail before.
So for assault, I don't know what that would be.
Could be more.
Double?
For murder.
Oh, well, yeah, if you rip the face off, there's no bail for that.
Yeah, if it was ripping the face, I think we'd all have to chip in a couple bucks.
I want his face.
Yeah. Got to chip in a couple Susan B. Anthony coins for that one.
Yeah.
Face off. Bam. So he says all he needs is 2 seconds, going to rip his face off. Heyman says he beat him with 2 hands behind his back. And then, once again, Paul Heyman, he pulled out the kiss recently. Last week on SmackDown, he's just looking up at Ryback like just a little teenager in love. Tonight, thank you, Dale.
That was not me for those listeners.
Yeah, that was not. That was
Obviously Josh.
That was lapel. That was lapel jacket man over there. So he says he beat him with 2 hands behind his back, and he says, "Now I must bid you all a fond adieu." Then the rascal battery stops working. Power down.
This
which
is why
we all-
you don't replace humans with robots.
You don't.
Because they will fail.
A human will fall asleep, sure.
But you can knock them away.
Yo,
Give him a
help me
nudge.
out.
Yeah. Should have came out riding piggyback. What
Sam
happened?
Fines just sent the
Oh
best
my
logo.
God! Sam Fines sent us
What is
a
going on?
decal, if you will, a cup of Kofi.
Puff Kofi.
Yes,
my
it's
God. We're doing
Fines, you are
it.
And he did cup with a K.
Did he hashtag cup of Kofi? Oh man, Sam Fines.
I'm gonna
he's a talented son of a gun.
Send this to Steven so we can put it on the.
Yeah, put that on. Let's do that. Send it to Steve right
That is
now.
great work.
Thank you, Sam Fines. At what's his Twitter? At Eddie Phoenix. At the Eddie Phoenix.
At the Eddie Phoenix.
At the Eddie Phoenix. Give him a shout out, guys, because he's nonstop.
fire.
He's amazing.
Dave, of course, Dave Boyce is pulling off the real solid photoshops for us
Posters.
tonight. Yeah, doing posters tonight. Sam Fines pulling off the cup of Kof. Can't
Some
get
amazing
enough.
artists out there.
Really are. And so, the rascal battery doesn't work. Punk gets the first smile on his face in quite a while. He charges at Paul Heyman. We think he's going to get his hands on him, but I don't like the side. I don't know if they came out of the crowd.
They were
Ryback
hiding,
and
yeah,
Axel.
next behind the barricades, right when it turns into the aisle. Yeah,
They were just hiding, I guess.
Tricky.
flanked.
There's a lot of people hiding in the audience tonight, actually.
Yeah.
that's true.
They just attack CM Punk, and this is a great back and forth. You know, Axel ends up getting tossed into the electric sign. Then he dives on top of Ryback. You think CM Punk's going to get the best of him. Instead, he nails like Axel's head, just kicks him in the face. Then Ryback hits Punk, takes off the Blackhawks jersey, tosses it away, and then this is painful. Overhead toss, almost onto the table.
That
His
looked like
legs
it
hit it.
broke CM Punk.
I'm really. We should
Like
look
I
that
thought
up,
he was
actually.
dead.
I was very concerned.
I'm worried that I hope he didn't land on his tailbone wrong, because that
It
could
looked
be.
like he did, and the table barely.
It looked like he landed on
caught his
everything
legs.
wrong.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like on his head and his tailbone
You
at
land
the
on
same time.
that tailbone could be painful for a long time.
Ryback is destroying everything.
That's what happens to bullies.
But-
okay,
That's true. Yeah.
Don't
Look
do
out,
that.
bullies.
Yeah.
Ryback's coming.
Yeah, he hits the microphone. Paul Heyman jumps up from the rascal, runs over.
It was all a ruse.
Yeah,
Very
just
spry.
runs over like a happy Pollyanna and just hands the microphone to Ryback, and he says, "This is what happens to bullies." and they laugh.
I like that he delivers it with a bit of a smirk too. He's very like, yeah.
Ryback.
I love it.
It's
Bully
great.
back is great.
Bully back is
Back
great.
is the man.
Big traps.
And Axel,
Big traps, big guy.
and Curtis Axel, man, he was there too. You know,
He was still laid out.
He was.
And this is showing like first of all he replaces him with a bigger guy, and he's like, no, you're still good, you can push my wheelchair. Oh no, I don't need you to push my wheelchair, I got a motorized one tonight. And then oh yeah, you can come out and help Ryback, and then he gets kicked out, knocked out there, and it's like he's still laying there. So it's gonna be big for Curtis. I don't know what's gonna happen with him.
I mean, we're gonna have a Ryback Axel feud. I mean, Jesus, doubt it.
I don't think so.
No, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with him.
I do love that tonight. I'm just waiting for this feud to be over because I want Punk to be in like the main storyline that's going on.
I'm in
He can
Punk
add so
Ryback,
much
though.
to it. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
And this will be better now that the roles are flipped. Like Punk's a face now. It's better for the underdog, and Ryback is much better fighter as big guys are always great heels.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even.
guy.
It's funny because the way Ryback has changed, I'm not even really remembering the old Ryback feuds.
Yeah.
Not
Because
that
I'm-
memorable.
The only
Yeah, it
the
was
memorable
fun.
part was shucks.
Brad Maddox.
The Brad Maddox thing.
In Hell in a Cell.
Exactly what I was trying to
Brad
think of.
Maddox. I mean, Cena put him through the ambulance roof.
Oh, the ambulance.
Ambulance.
That wasn't.
Ambulance.
I'm excited for this. They've definitely gotten me into it.
Absolutely. We now move on to a 5-on-5 Divas match. We have the Bellas, the Funkadactyls, Natty, and then them five versus AJ, Alicia Fox, Oksana, Layla, and Tamina Snuka, which we haven't seen in a while.
I love her in the ring, but this seems like a very weird.
She was
Yeah.
in the
Go on, we
ring.
gotta get the girls out. Let's go.
The thing is, though, I mean, right now the storyline is so strong between the total divas and the non-divas and what's going on with AJ. It's kind of hard to debut Tamina in any other way, I guess.
Where's Caitlyn?
I don't know.
You were saying somebody told you.
She was on the app?
Yeah.
What-
Backstage hanging out.
What was she talking about, the app?
I have no idea. We couldn't see it because we're on the West Coast.
Man, if anyone
They're
in chat roll,
coastist.
if anyone in chat roll saw what Caitlyn said on the app, let us know because we would like to know because we haven't heard from her in quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I think she would be a focal point of this whole feud.
It would make a lot of sense, but
It'd be kind of weird, though, if she teamed up with AJ because they're supposed to hate each other.
That's a good point, though.
is that a
All
reason?
time heels wounds.
Yeah, I don't know. To keep someone off TV for that reason? I don't know.
Unless they're doing a total change of Caitlyn.
Maybe. I mean, Cathy was saying about how taking care of Sheamus.
I didn't say
that.
this.
No,
You
someone
guys
told
were
me
the
that.
gossipy ones. Can you not play this off on me? You're like, so I was reading E! Online and like...
What are you doing, Cathy? Like, what is
Cathy
that?
said Caitlyn got
Nerd
married to.
Apparently,
Caitlyn's got a boyfriend.
Word on the interweb is that Caitlyn is taking care of Sheamus. And Dale informed me of this 30 minutes ago.
I did not.
And it was me, and I called BS on it.
Can we blame Rosenberg for this one? I think he's the one that said it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it was the voice. It was Rosie.
He usually always has that kind of information.
Yeah,
Let's just blame him
He
anyways.
reads the
Yeah,
dirt
he's not
sheets.
here, so that works out for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be out.
It's his fault.
He'll be
So,
our scapegoat.
5-on-5 Divas match. I think the length of it was just over 3 minutes. I mean, I just don't.
You have 10 women out there.
Come on, man.
And Alicia Fox
Half
fought
of them
Natty.
don't even go out in the ring.
Well, Nikki Bella, I
Less
don't
than half.
believe her stress factor's ready yet, but it was cool
Yeah.
to see her there.
Yeah.
It teased it a little bit.
But still, it was very short for the amount of women that you have out there.
Yeah.
Even you could just.
Even if it was just one-on-one, it would be a short match. But with 12 girls out there, 10 fighting, like...
So many divas, so little time, I guess.
Yeah, get them all on TV, but wrap it up. Come on. Let's get this done.
Zack Ryder had more time tonight.
How about that? What does that say about
I know.
Divas division? Oh my
Justin
God.
Gabriel.
Hey,
There it
there's
is.
the cup of coffee. Check that out.
I love it.
Thank you, Sam Fines.
If you're listening, you should definitely
Dude,
watch
how
or
great it-
find
that's a-
it on
that's a-
Twitter or
that's a
whatever.
t-shirt.
That's a good logo.
I would-
That is that.
a mug.
That would sell.
Yeah.
No, would
They
totally
could they
sell.
could like sell T-shirts, mugs.
Yeah.
Those like ones with the tops on them that you could travel with.
Sippy cup.
Travel mugs.
Sure.
Not a sippy cup. Not a sippy cup.
Yeah, you get a
Cozy.
you get your
A
coffee
cozy.
sippy cup at your local. Yeah.
You give babies coffee, right? That's a thing.
Yes, yes.
When they're teething.
Right. You teach them a lesson early on.
All right, great.
Yeah, you put that
I'll buy
logo
it.
on a black t-shirt, man. That's a shirt right there. This is awesome. We have
Make it happen.
we have the
Why does the
greatest.
t-shirt have to be black?
It could be a red T-shirt.
Would green really go that well? Okay, maybe at Christmas time.
White t-shirt.
It could become like a Cena
Green
shirt.
t-shirt.
It changes colors
orange
every 3
t-shirt,
months. Yeah.
Yellow t-shirt.
Kathy knows a lot of colors. I don't know if you guys are aware of
She's
it.
wow, she's blowing
Teal
them out here.
t-shirt.
Whoa,
Why not a hat?
Knocking them out.
Kathy, slow down.
Magenta.
I'm writing it. Hold on. Man.
Yellow.
What was the one after red?
Jesus.
was-
Kathy.
Burnt sienna.
Wow.
I don't know how to spell that.
That was always my favorite crayon growing up, Burnt Sienna. I liked that one.
What about mac and cheese? Mac and cheese colored t-shirt? That's a crayon color.
See, Johnny doesn't know colors. That's interesting. Mac and cheese is a food.
Oh.
Not a
I'm
color.
sure there's a Crayola crayon though
Actually, they might have a mac and cheese one.
Yeah.
that also like
Don't
smells
you-
like mac and cheese. It's good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want that.
Don't you feel foolish now? Mac and cheese is a Crayola crayon color.
Let's Google that. Maybe they make it in Des Moines.
Cream colored
Ah, they make it in Des Moines at the Piggly Wiggly, Kathy.
Where is this now?
The color spectrum.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Banana Mania t-shirt.
Okay.
Blizzard blue.
black.
beaver-
Way to be
what?
creative.
We're going all the way down.
Let's see. Where is
Burnt Sienna,
that
good call,
mac and
Kathy. Well, it's
cheese?
probably in the
Mac
M's.
and
We're in the C's.
cheese.
Let's wait.
The
Oh,
hosts
geez.
are wandering
There
off
he goes.
topic.
There it is, the color.
Oh, number 56.
You're welcome.
What?
Mac and cheese. Back in 1993.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Get this
Get
out
this
of
out of here. Get
I
this
told
Wikipedia.
you.
This is
Malarkey.
I win just like Brie Bella did in the 5-on-5 Divas match. She pins AJ Lee, everybody.
X Factor.
Yeah, gets the X Factor for the W.
What does she call it? She doesn't call it that, does she?
Well, I don't know what it.
They should name that something fun.
Yeah.
Not twin magic.
No,
Not
they already
Twin
have that. The Twin Magic's already a thing.
Solo effect.
Stop it.
Okay.
So Brie Bella wins the match over AJ Lee once again, shorter than we would like. But you know, maybe they're coming up with a way to build for something for Battleground. I don't think we have a match set yet, so maybe next week or maybe on SmackDown something more will develop with this. Maybe we'll have another massive match. I don't think AJ Lee's title is going to be on the line though. I think it's going to have to be a group thing.
Yeah, I'd like to see if this is called Battleground, I'd like to see some more group stuff happen anyway. So
Get it in there.
We love group action.
We just saw
Let's
the
do
group
that.
action. Actually, let them do it though.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox looked great tonight against
Yeah.
Natty, and I love the fact that Tamina was carrying AJ out over her shoulder.
Yeah.
Shows some solidarity between
AJ
everybody.
looked like a rag doll tonight. Like she looked so good when she was taking off.
Tamina been doing that Conan workout or whatever. right?
Hercules.
Hercules, sorry. yeah.
Hercules with her cuz.
So she's already a big lady. I'm sure she is
yeah.
in perfect condition right now.
She is. Yeah. I like it.
Snooker. She's a snooker.
Why was that creepy for you all of a
I
sudden?
don't know. I just.
She is.
Why isn't Alicia Fox involved more? Because she is phenomenal.
And beautiful.
Oh man,
Yeah.
she's
Wow.
gorgeous. And she's
Total
tall,
package.
beautiful. She's good, man. She's got
Friendly.
everything.
You're the man.
She's got
Her new
everything.
ring gear. Is she like going for a army kind of theme? Or?
She had a little camo action there.
Yeah.
It's just cute. You know,
Okay.
she just wanted to do cute. Alicia doesn't do.
I've never really heard her say much.
She does a lot of web stuff. Like
Yeah.
she kind of gets in there, and she did like some Total Divas like web only recap thing with
Okay.
Renee Young, and she did all right. Did a lot of jump editing cuts for her. You know, it wasn't like one long shot. So she's getting in there and getting
I know some
voice
people
work.
that have worked with her, and they've said that she's really good on the mic.
She's great. I did the the Walking Dead experience at Comic-Con. I went through it with her a couple years ago.
Get out.
We had the best time going through there. She
Really?
is a riot.
Was it more fun?
Alicia, do you like zombies? Are you?
Yeah.
No, on a haunted thing. This is me asking questions. That's pretty much all I said to her.
You mean
that
like
night.
me on Friday Night at Universal?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Good Lord.
Johnny is afraid of everything.
Yeah.
We went to haunted horror nights on Friday.
I got invited, and we went through the Walking Dead maze.
You went without me.
What? I want to go.
I only had but so many tickets that were free. I'm sorry.
I screamed hard. Like I ran through the maze. I dashed past 12-year-olds.
He had a hoodie on and closed his eyes and was still clinging to the girl that we went with.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was bad.
It was amazing.
I kept yelling to I had zombies in my face, and I kept yelling, "Look, I get it! Walk away!" Like I was
You
just.
have to like no. You just pretend like you're not scared, and then they will go scare the person that's screaming
Yeah,
like
well,
10
Kathy,
feet away.
it's hard to pretend you're not scared when you're scared.
Just
all right.
walk through.
Speaking of scary, The Shield is backstage on a GoPro Pro once again. Although they kicked to Renee Young, right? I guess Renee Young was not available or something because it's basically all just the Shield on the camera. And Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins just cut a classic one once again. What happens every time our backs are against the wall? Seth Rollins says, "We revolutionize." And Ambrose said, "Yeah, we're going to go out and do our jobs." Bam, camera down. You see the title. They bounce.
They
Solid.
say Triple H threw us to the wolves. No, we're the hounds, and we're going to feast on the wolves. Or something like that.
No, that was
good.
The Shield is never ever scared. That's what I like about them.
Like last week, the whole locker room empties, and they stay and fight. Randy Orton hightails it out of there, but I love bad guys that aren't chicken.
Yeah.
It was probably my biggest issue with Hollywood Hogan. Was like I hated it because I loved Hogan. And I was like, stop! Don't drop on your knees like that. You can beat this guy, you know. And I love bad guys that stay and fight.
And the Shield are actually there. I mean, I don't want to say it's a revolutionary way to doing it, but like there aren't a lot of guys that have done that before.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're just obviously there's 3 of them, so it's power in numbers, but they never show weakness or fear. And even tonight, which we'll get to the main event very, very soon, they didn't show any fear tonight.
No.
A little bit of concern.
Yeah.
But not a lot of fear.
That was the point of time where I really started to dislike Sheamus, was when he was a heel. He was like this bad, this awesome brogue dude. You know, he's just like, I'm Irish, I'm gonna fight anybody. And then the moment the Nexus came at him, he went, ooh, and ran away. I'm like, what are you doing?
But that's the classic way of doing it. But you're right. It's nice to see.
It's like I didn't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I get it. You want to make him, really a heel now, but it's like, I didn't like him running like I loved how they've been handling the Shield.
Mm-hmm. And it was a hell of a main event. We next have Daniel Bryan comes down to the ring, takes the mic, says at Battleground, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. We're going to have that for, of course, the abeyance WWE title. He said he's sick of Randy Orton hiding behind his boss's skirts, and in Buffalo, there's going to be no more hiding. When he wakes up from the beating that this B-plus goat-faced troll gives him, a word will haunt him for the rest of his life. And that word is...
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Dun-it! 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 The Shield starts coming out of the ring. We're like, oh man, they're going to beat the crap out of Daniel Bryan. The Cavalry's going to come in. But a different kind of cavalry! 2 other men dressed in black. It is Goldust and Cody Rhodes!
I love this moment.
Wow!
Thank God Goldust was wearing his makeup.
I know!
He's like, look, we got to go covert with this. It's like, brother, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is my Goldust.
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's like, shoot, we're going to get caught.
Put a lid on at least.
You can't rob an ATM with that face. But wow, how cool is that? We didn't see this coming.
Not
in
at all.
hoodies, attacking the Shield, knocking them down.
I loved
Gold
it.
dust out of nowhere.
Goldust out of nowhere. That damn Goldust.
Honeymoon's over.
That is how you book right there. I mean,
Yes.
it just caught me off guard. I loved every second
Yeah.
of that. It was
What a way to start the
beautiful.
match.
And they weakened the Shield. They weakened them up a little bit.
Security takes them all out. Cody and Goldust both just livid, setting up what we hope to see: the Rhodeses versus the Shield.
That's right.
Ooh, Dusty getting in that ring, boy.
Bionic
Yeah.
elbow. Bionic elbow.
Oh man.
And tag out.
Yeah, whatever. Dude, I just want to see them come down to the American Dream. We'll be dancing in
It'll be great.
Buffalo.
If that, yeah. You think it would happen this soon, this pay-per-view?
I don't know. Why else would they?
When's Survivor Series? When is that?
I sure would like it to be Survivor
That's a good point, but the Shield doesn't have a match right now. Actually, there's hardly any matches set for Battleground, is there?
nothing's really. We got the
RVD.
I don't even know what it is.
Battleground.
I mean,
Less than 2 weeks.
We don't know.
It's
That's
a
the thing.
poster that Ryback's on.
Yeah.
And this is bad because Night of Champions, they had like 5 matches booked night of,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they booked like 2 more, and it's like it was not good. This is not good. You can't be doing that.
I'm really surprised at all
Battleground-
these pay-per-views. There's 2 in October, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it 3 in the course of 8 weeks or something?
it's insane.
It's a very crowded time
Yeah.
of year for the pay-per-view, and you got to think that affects
You know
the
what
buy
I would
rate,
like to
right?
see? I would almost like
Yeah.
to see, instead of Battleground, do like an NXT pay-per-view. I don't know. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. I think they should put Main Event on Hulu Plus and put NXT on Ion.
I believe
They
that
need to have it on TV.
I don't think
NXT is gonna be doing some big things soon.
Yeah, they want.
Yeah, they
I
have
think they want NXT on
Yeah.
TV. Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like everything is going towards the internet now, so it might be smart if they just kept it there.
Yeah. It's got a big following already. A lot of great, great athletes, great personalities down there, and you can actually watch the NXT After Show right here at AfterBuzz TV on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Wednesday nights.
No, Thursday nights.
Thursdays.
But NXT is now free on Hulu, so you can watch it on your computer.
It is.
I don't have to try and figure it out anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's very confusing.
I gotta go watch some NXT.
Yeah, see you later, dude. Just gotta watch some commercials during commercial breaks. That's 107 seconds worth. Otherwise, you can watch the whole episode. It is fun to watch.
I love it.
So, yeah, just the roads. Oh, man, that was fantastic. Way to start off the show. The Shield's pissed off. The Cavalry comes down. 11-on-3 handicap match begins after the commercial with Jimmy Uso taking on Seth Rollins. Who gets eliminated first? Not surprisingly, because he is so beat up and so just exhausted and just has nothing left. RVD gets eliminated by Dean Ambrose. And, of course, second, Kofi Kingston gone. Once again, he was injured. Really solid.
His arm. When they eliminated him, that arm, what was that thing called? The arm? I don't know. It looked like it really hurt, though. He, like, smacked his forehead.
Oh, well, yeah.
My God, yeah.
It's an ugly face plant. I don't know what that move is called.
Yeah, because he had his whole arm and shoulder wrapped up, and Ambrose, like, wrenched it around and jerked it down, and he literally did the bump that he's supposed to do for Ambrose's Final Justice finisher, and put his forehead right on the floor, and then he's like, all right, I got to do it again, so sorry. Bam.
So cool.
That was ugly.
I mean, the whole thing, to start off, it just made sense. RVD, of course, he's got nothing left. It just makes him look that much weaker for ADR in 2 weeks. And then, of course, Kofi, I mean, Ambrose finishes him off. Then Roman Reigns just goes off.
The crowd was hot because it was Titus O'Neil at that point came out and Roman Reigns, and the crowd was...
Because Titus, I think he beat up Ambrose. Oh, yeah. And when he got tagged in, he just grabbed Ambrose by the head and just stared at him. And Ambrose was like, oh, what are you going to do to me?
Yeah.
I held him for so long, just stared at him. And then threw him in the turnbuckle and just started wailing on him.
Yeah.
And Ambrose gets that tag to Roman, and it's just theatrics. Wrestling is best when you get the theatrics going on.
Yep.
I love it. I love the athleticism, but when you get theatrical with it, like, let me just climb through these ropes slowly and just stare at you. People are getting on their feet like, come on, get up, get up. We got some meat in the ring now. And Roman just looks at him, you want to do this? Let's go. I'm like, God, let's go, man.
Yep.
I love it when the big boys get in there.
Roman Reigns spears O'Neil for the pin. Roman Reigns spears Justin Gabriel, which Gabriel was in there for a little
He
bit.
didn't get an offensive move.
Literally no offense.
No, he got to let's do this.
He's like, I'm ready to... Oh, I guess
He took a great spear, though, from Roman.
Oh, yeah.
God, he got plummet. He just got
That's really
clobbered.
all you can say.
Yeah, what a great job taking the spear.
A real great spear.
Yeah.
Oh, but guys, the spears weren't done.
No.
Woo, woo, woo. He speared you. Zack Ryder comes in the ring, gets a little bit of offense, though, going for the broski boot, but he misses it. Roman Reigns follows it with a spear. Bam, just like that, Roman Reigns clears out 3 guys. And we're thinking, uh-oh.
I was happy to get a woo woo woo. It's been a long time in the ring on
And this
Raw.
is-
So
Even Ziggler was in on the
Yeah.
Okay.
he was excited for his buddy.
Very interesting tag rules for this match. I mean, I guess it's just thrown out because it's 11 versus 3.
Sure.
Because only 2 guys can actually hold on to the actual rope that you're supposed to. So you can't get a legal tag in. And the guys weren't coming in and breaking up the tags either, ever. The good guys.
No.
I mean, it's the first ever 11-on-3 handicap match. I feel like it's kind of, it was so entertaining. Rules be damned.
Exactly. Just throw it out. Don't worry about it because this was so much fun. And it was just like watching a video game. It was like he had 8 finishers stored.
That's a great comparison.
Boom. I'm like, yeah. Hilarious.
Oh, man, he really did. So Roman Reigns spears Zack Ryder, takes him out, but Jey Uso, surprisingly, gets a splash on Roman Reigns, takes him out. So now we're down to 2 Shield members. We didn't see that one coming, really.
And this is huge, right?
Yeah, first time he's ever been pinned, right?
In the ring.
In the ring.
First time ever in the ring.
So he's been pinned outside the ring?
Yeah. I think
During
that's what
a no falls count anywhere match, maybe? I don't remember.
It was weird wording.
Just creative verbiage.
Yeah.
So his first time he's been pinned, and they cut over to Ambrose and Rollins, who are laid out outside, and again, theatrics. They cut in on a close-up of both of them, and they're like, oh no, like Roman just got, are you kidding me?
Ambrose's face, man.
How are we going to do this? Which, by the way, I can't believe this. Ambrose is like 6'4". He's humongous.
Ambrose
He's
is 6'4"?
taller than both of them. He's taller than Reigns.
What?
Reigns is like 6'1", and
There's no way Reigns is only 6'1".
He's shorter than, or no, maybe he's 6'3". Rollins is 6'1", and then
Rollins
Ambrose
is
like
reading their
6'4".
stats earlier.
Yeah. You got to study your
seeing
baseball
that.
cards, bro. No, Rollins is definitely the shortest.
Dude, Rollins is like 6.
Yeah.
I think he's 6'1", yeah, and then it's 6'3". But then Ambrose is taller than Reigns. I'm like, how in the world? Because you just don't think about that. Because Roman's so big.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just. He's a linebacker.
If you're looking that up, can you look up that macaroni and cheese color too? I don't believe this.
Yeah, that's trash.
That's
Doctored.
totally doctored.
Can change.
Speaking of which, speaking of me winning all the time, my championship is not here tonight. I forgot to grab it. Damn it.
You're like
Wow.
The Rock on every media appearance.
Oh no!
Kathy.
Zing, zing.
Well, no, I heard Rosenberg got a shot in at me on was it SmackDown, where he mentioned that I didn't have the proper name for the championship that I won. I'm like, look, bro, my title, I do what the hell I want with it. I say what I want about it.
Did I miss a Twitter war?
No, he said on SmackDown, the SmackDown after show. that I didn't.
You're not gonna stand
Shots
for that,
fired.
though, right?
I'm not saying, look, I'm the title holder for at least 13 more days.
Challenge him. Next pay-per-view.
Who
Okay.
even watches that? I'm kidding.
The B show. She called it the B show. Hey, you're a B plus show.
It's a fine B+ show.
It's a good show.
It's
You
a
should
golf
watch
clap.
it.
We got the championship now.
It's on
Right.
iTunes and YouTube, and you can subscribe to both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love them over there.
Yeah, we're sure. Good.
Hey, Corey, that's good.
Everybody.
He doesn't watch the show anyway.
So we're down to 2 Shield members. Seth Rollins then eliminates Darren Young with a fancy knee. We enjoyed that one. Darren Young is gone. Both primetime players are now out of the match. But then Dolph Ziggler nails Rollins with the zigzag, gets the pin. We are down to, Seth Rollins actually gets our truth.
Yeah, I love that they didn't make Seth Rollins, like, they could have easily made him look like the weaker of the 3 guys. He's out there by himself. No, he's still got one.
I was a little worried by that, but they did it exactly right.
Ziggler eliminates Ambrose with the zigzag. We're down to Seth Rollins by himself, which, when you think about the Shield taking on these guys, you wouldn't necessarily think Seth Rollins would be the last one.
Right.
I would have never guessed that.
Another great part about this match.
It's fantastic.
It was just it was very unpredictable, man. I mean, Ziggler knocks out Ambrose. Rollins, I love the way he finished off R-Truth. The double knee to like the back of the head just looked scary.
Yeah.
Takes out R-Truth. We're now down to Ziggler, the Usos, and Daniel Bryan, and they surround the ring Shield style.
That was pretty great. Just visually, I loved how that panned out because they didn't even, they just kind of like non-verbal to each other. Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna
Chicago.
give him the Shield treatment.
Yeah.
Chi-Town was digging that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were into Ziggler too.
Kathy's hometown was all into it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Chicago?
Well, technically.
They get in the ring. They attack Seth Rollins. Of course, the Shield tries to come down. Ambrose and Reigns, they get popped. The Usos do the double flip on top of the Shield, which was amazing. Daniel Bryan hits the running knee for the win. And Monday Night Raw is happy.
And then they start stomping. Wait, did they start stomping a mud hole into Seth after the pin? Or was it before?
It was before the pin. The Shield came down.
And I
Usos
love
took
it.
care of
Like,
him.
those 2 guys are like, hey, man, that's our boy. You
Yeah.
don't do that. And they came running out immediately to try to help him out. That's
Absolutely.
Right,
And for the 3rd week in a row, last week we go off the air with Daniel Bryan on someone's shoulders. Tonight we leave Daniel Bryan in the ring doing the yes chants. So it was almost like, the 4 guys, they beat the match. They take out the Shield.
Yeah.
And Raw, everyone goes home happy again. It makes you wonder, something is brewing.
Yeah,
Cup
no.
of Kofi.
A cup of Kofi gonna be WWE's.
Oh my gosh,
Smells
did he just do
delicious.
that?
Dear boys, yeah.
Please show that to them. Dave, we have a picture now of a cup of coffee with
I can't.
Kofi
Oh,
on
there you
top
go.
of the cup of coffee.
I'll send it to Steven. I don't know if we
Oh
can get it
my
up
God.
in time.
This is the coolest.
But again, nothing from the McMahons. We thought this was all a build. This whole time that this was some kind of like retribution was coming for these 10 guys, or 11, I guess.
Sure.
And
No,
nothing. Daniel Bryan goes out on
amazingly
top,
enough,
and
11 guys beat 3 dudes.
No Big Show came in. I don't know. I was expecting some.
Some kind of swerve. They didn't
Where's
swerve
Damian
us.
Sandow?
Where's
is
Sandow
Damian
and Barrett? I want Wade Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
Barrett's been gone for a little while.
He did he got shaved, and then that was it.
He had a little run after the shave.
Yeah.
Oh, and when he
He
was all
stopped
clean
losing
shaved.
after the shave.
Oh,
And
that's-
then now, yeah, you're right. A couple
kills
weeks
it.
it's been.
I'm sure we'll see some Sandow on SmackDown. I mean, right now, it's like he's not going to cash in, so what's going to happen?
He's got to cash in at the next pay-per-view.
No, he's not going to cash in Battleground. Maybe. I don't know.
He's got a custom.
It's a brand new
briefcase.
pay-per-view.
He's got a brand new briefcase. He's got to use that. He's got to milk it for all it's worth.
He's got.
tease it.
He still doesn't use that briefcase as a weapon, really.
Yeah,
Which is
he
silly.
uses it as a to save face. That's all he uses it for. Is like when he loses, he's like, whatever, dude. I'm still
The uncrowned world champion.
So what else, you know?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic Raw. I mean, I don't know. We don't know what Battleground is shaping up to be because we really only have, I believe, 2 definite matches. We have the World Championship match and the WWE title match. Is there anything else that we're missing there?
Maybe Punk versus Ryback?
I'm sorry, Punk Ryback. Those 3 matches are set. Beyond that, we don't know.
Got a lot of talent out there.
I got to tell you,
No
if I had known that John Cena going out with injury was going to end up with all this like beautiful storytelling that's been happening, I would have never guessed that this would be.
I don't think
that
we
the
can.
storytelling was good before he left.
Yeah, I don't think we want to credit John Cena's injury with this, but I know what
The
you're saying.
amount of time that we get to spend on these things, though.
Yeah.
I don't think that this would have happened if John Cena was around, because you always have to have that Cena block.
I'm
That's
just
true.
I'm very scared for him when he comes back. Because it's like this is Bryan's show.
Yeah.
You already got Punk like waiting in the in the batter's box, like
Right.
just waiting. It's like, all right, they could have a cool thing going on. It's like if Cena comes back the only way this could work is if
That's
Cena
season 2 of
season
Total
comes back
Divas.
much later than 3 months. Like
Oh no, he's gonna be.
But he's got to come back for
a
WrestleMania.
tricep tear. You're talking 4.
I think they said 6,
He said 6
right?
to 8 is what they
For
said.
a normal human being, it's minimum 6 months. For someone like Cena who heals incredibly and just does nonstop rehab and is a Superman, he could be back faster than 6 months, considering he wrestles injured all the time. But at the same time, you're talking Royal Rumble minimum.
Yeah. And I'm just worried. Like I want him to come back. It'd be the only way this could really work awesome is if Cena comes back as heel. Like Triple H is like, look, Orton failed. I got my I know the person who I need.
Cena comes back
face the
heel,
company.
and he comes out to Phil Collins. That
And does the regular it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he could only come back as heel if it was something he was being forced into. I don't think you're ever going to have John Cena not be John Cena just based off of the merchandise that he sells and the draw from the younger audience.
Absolutely.
This is what breaks my heart about Hogan. It's like, imagine like if Cena never goes heel.
Right.
He can always be the good guy John Cena when he comes back as an older man. It's like
course.
Hogan comes back and it's like, oh, you got the sex tape and you're divorced and you were Hollywood Hogan for so long. It's like we have the memories. But imagine if an alternate reality where Hogan never went heel and he was just always that good guy. You know, and I mean, I know he can always come back and stuff, but it'd be that's the only thing good if Cena never goes heel.
And I think Cena's going to learn from Hogan's mistakes. I don't think he's going to do the same stuff that Hulk Hogan did in his latter years.
Hogan comes from that era of like, you know, we drink a beer while we're driving, you know.
Guys in the 80s just, oh my God.
Use a can. You got to use a can like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
That way your big paw can hold it and you know the cops won't see it.
What era would people drank beer while driving? That's a thing?
I read that, but Scott Hall was talking about it. Like he said when they got over WCW, Hogan was like, hey man, we drink out of cans. He's like, why? It's like, well, you look like you got a big hand. Like you hold on to that while we're driving and no one can see it. I'm like,
I don't know if you know this, but seatbelts didn't exist till 1994. So people didn't even use them in the 80s.
Should just drink beer out of sippy cups and then no one would suspect.
Cup of coffee, there it is.
I knew Sippy Cup would come around again.
Cup of coffee. So Monday Night Raw ends.
That is hilarious.
Oh, well, we love our listeners and our viewers are the best, man. Thank you guys. You never stop entertaining us. But a Monday Night Raw goes off the air, and I'd say it's a good one. We're shaping up for Battleground. We don't know what to expect, but that's what we love about the WWE recently. It's good every week. Put yourself over, my friend.
hey, find me on Twitter at Showtime Josh.
Bam. Dale.
The Walking Dale on Twitter and Dishing on Movies on YouTube. Yep.
Kathy.
You can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley, and you can find me here at AfterBuzz doing the NXT After Show on Thursday nights, not Wednesdays.
That's right. Okay. Find me at JQuasto, thethumbwrestler.com. Check that out. And this weekend, if you're in San Diego, I'm going to be at the American Comedy Company, September 26th to the 29th. It's an incredible club, so check that out as well if you want to go to San Diego. It's paradise. This is the Monday Night Raw After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Come back every Monday night. If you're listening, if you're watching, we love you and thank you.
Watch the SmackDown show too.
Yeah, watch the SmackDown show too. We'll see you guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, boys.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.